Dear child, pause for a moment. I want to ask a simple question. Are you prepared for what approaches tonight? You may answer yes or no, yet the question matters because awareness steadies the heart. Let those words settle inside you before anything begins. This journey. I realize readiness might feel distant, yet I still invite you to lean forward. You wonder why the timing seems sudden, why the question surfaces now, why I call your attention after so many ordinary hours. Your curiosity is honest, and honesty is the doorway to deeper trust for us. Tonight carries weight because unseen conversations have turned toward your story. Messengers in my realm described 3 pressing matters that shape your daily steps. Their concern rose like clear bells until it reached me. I listened, as I always do, and chose this moment to respond with purpose for you. I chose to speak to you now because the right point in time has arrived. You are on the edge of seeing what I have seen the whole way. The angels spoke of your sadness, confusion, and sense of delay. They mentioned prayers whispered through tears, shouted in frustration, and even silent aches lodged too deep for words. Nothing of that record escaped me ever. I received every expression, each breath, every pause. I want you to know that your voice counts. Your hurt counts. You matter. The request centered on 3 concerns. You know them well. They cling to your routine like shadows you cannot ignore each day. You have carried them so long that they seem stitched into your breathing, woven into waking and rest. Yet I view them differently. Where you sense heavy burden, I note hidden beginnings. I notice the mornings you almost quit, the evenings you asked if I was looking at all. I tell you now, yes, I noticed then, and I notice still. You have never slipped from my awareness. My gaze does not wander. I hold steady and act when the moment ripens fully. This is that moment. Tonight a change will move through hidden spaces around you. The atmosphere tilted toward your life will hum with new direction. Your ordinary sight may not catch it yet, but your inner sense will recognize the motion and breathe slightly easier soon. You might notice a flutter in your chest, a calm without obvious cause, or even a sharp awareness that feels strange. Do not be alarmed. That is simply my nearness registering inside you. I remain close, and closeness can unsettle before it reassures. Let that reassurance rise gently within you. You asked for change, and change often arrives like a tremor. I will unsettle what cannot last, not to damage, but to reveal what stands firm. I am shaping your life by steady truth, not by shifting chatter. Some connections will loosen, others will come nearer. Accept both movements gracefully. Do not fight what leaves your life or cling too tightly to new arrivals. Certain people only traveled beside you for a short segment. They leave lessons and continue onward. Others will remain and share the road ahead. Trust that each interaction serves a purpose even when the purpose is not obvious yet. Now about the first concern, the one that steals your sleep. I am addressing it. No ordinary scheme can settle it completely, so I set my own hand upon it. Where you perceive a barrier, I discern an opening. I will not merely make a path. I will stand inside it today. The second matter, the one that shook your sense of worth, is receiving attention as well. I quiet the echoes that told you you lacked value. Your worth does not depend on achievements. It rests on the steady regard I hold for you. Tonight I remind you of that quiet truth again. I also renew the way you name yourself in secret. Cast off the chains of words born in despair, for they will not bind you. I place within you a living word of hope and purpose. Hold it close in your heart until it takes root. Then let that word guide your steps and shape your thoughts and actions on the coming day. The third issue, the one you stopped mentioning because hope felt foolish, has not been forgotten. It is quiet, not finished. What appears covered actually waits. I say it will emerge in due season, reshaped beyond the form you expected. Anticipate motion where stillness dominated, remembrance where you assumed neglect until now. Tonight I ask you to release tight control. Readiness is not about managing every variable, but about trusting the one who sees beyond the horizon. Real readiness looks like steady faith. Let trust, not analysis, define your posture in this hour. Can you hold confidence even when understanding lags? I dwell nearer than your next breath, closer than restless thoughts. While you scan the outside for evidence, quiet work continues inside you. The vision I placed within was never an error. Its timing matures, not cancels. During the long, silent stretch ahead, what seemed like delay served design. I have refined you unseen, trimming what hides true strength. Do not dismiss the journey. Dry landscapes trained resilience, valleys deepened roots, unanswered requests taught patience. Waiting is not wasted time. It is a slow fitting of pieces that will soon unite for good. Now the covering lifts. You asked for progress, and progress begins this night. Yet my concern reaches deeper than circumstances. I focus on who you are becoming. I press through every surface layer to reach the core. I intend to answer needs too hidden for you to name aloud yet. Are you willing to receive a love that unsettles and builds at once? I am not restoring a past version of you, but awakening the truest version linked to my intent. Consider this season an unveiling. Clarity replaces dust. Light fills corners, and your own reflection begins to appear new. When darkness feels heavy, remember it is still transparent to me. Where you feel weakest, my strength will soon be evident, not in spectacle but in quiet resilience. What seemed like defeat will reveal unexpected advantage. The very cracks that worried you will now allow brightness to filter through softly. Look, the breaking you feared has opened space for my fuller presence. True worth is revealed when your ordinary defenses give way. Welcome even the pressure, for in those moments something essential is released. Soon you will shine with beauty born of genuine encounter, not convenience. Purpose will rise where pain once lingered long. Angels are already en route. Tasks are being reassigned. Long patterns lose grip. You will notice hopes returning, opportunities opening, and timely connections forming. Yet beyond all of that, you will notice me. Once perception shifts, everything else looks different. Walk with me, and I will guide you through unmarked ground. I will place you in rooms you never imagined, not for applause but for meaning. Words you did not rehearse will come when needed. Resources you did not earn by labor alone will reach your hands. My generosity does not measure sparingly. It pours until containers struggle to hold it. I do not simply give, I overflow. Treat this evening as significant. Choose to trust, choose to rest, choose to expect me in the details. These decisions, made quietly inside, mark turning points more clearly than any date written elsewhere ever. I am not random. I bring redemption. Nothing is lost, not a tear, not a scar, not a failure. All will serve a story worth telling. As I continue speaking to your heart, remember this movement began long ago. What you observe on earth reflects only a portion of actions beyond sight. My plans never arise late, and disorder does not shake me. Every detail of your life has rested under steady attention. Even diversions held purpose, and intervals of waiting opened wider avenues you could not yet perceive. You rarely notice the messengers, and that design protects you. If you saw their full activity, your knees might buckle. Yet they have walked beside you, stood between you and harm, encouraged you when resolve faded, and soothed restless dreams. Their care is not passive. It is intentional and alive. Think back to earlier stories so you grasp what is unfolding. There was Daniel, faithful during dark empire days. He prayed continually. Hostile voices tried to silence truth, but Daniel stood firm. His prayers rose, piercing unseen realms and setting a conflict in motion above what any eye could witness. For 21 days, an answer already dispatched to him was hindered by opposing forces. I then sent Michael, a chief messenger, whose arrival broke the resistance. Daniel's answer reached him, not because he prayed perfectly, but because persistence met timely intervention. Understand, delay never equals denial within my governance ever. So when you whisper, even in exhaustion, messengers move. Struggle in higher places is real, but your words carry weight. Never assume my silence means absence. Conflict may surround the passage of an answer, yet the outcome is settled. My will always presses forward until it meets your moment in time here. Consider also a young village girl named Mary, unnoticed by the world yet recognized here. The time arrived for redemption to step into history. I sent Gabriel with a message shaped long before. He found her, delivered the words, and her simple yes allowed centuries of prophecy to move forward. He told her she would carry a promised child. Though afraid, she agreed. That agreement released joy through unseen halls, and what followed was not ease, but purpose. Two people, Daniel and Mary, two distinct decisions, two messenger encounters. Yet the impact reached far beyond their lifetimes into unfolding generations of change. In the same way, current discussions involve you. You are not being judged. You are being positioned. Angels have guarded your route, stood between you and peril, encouraged you toward endurance, and quieted night fears. Now they prepare for the next stage that your path and purpose require to unfold. Everything moves according to careful rhythm. I am never late or rushed. Good intent underlies even the harsh roads you walked. Heat refined you, not merely protected you. That refining concludes soon. Observe what messengers do when I speak, and you will notice mercy arriving exactly when required for you. Remember when Abraham lifted a knife over his promised child? A messenger intervened with perfect timing, and provision appeared at once. The test exposed his heart and prepared him for promise. The messenger embodied mercy that day, preventing harm and revealing the continuity of care within every challenge you face. Some of you feel ready to abandon a dream, sensing no pathway forward. I say pause. Help is near. Do not craft permanent conclusions in temporary distress. Provision awaits discovery in the thicket. Hold your decision until compassion, not exhaustion, guides it. My promise continues to breathe and move soon. Others feel trapped, as though walls and chains define your present. Recall Peter in confinement. A messenger entered quietly, chains loosened, doors opened themselves, and he walked into open air. I send similar help to you. The restriction will end, and you will step out without looking back at all. The bonds you have worn so long that they felt normal are loosening now. The messenger arrives not to negotiate partial freedom, but to affirm it. Walk forward when the opening appears, and let the past remain in the past. Your movement will be calm, steady, and irreversible from here. Recognize this. These accounts are not charming tales, but mirrors of your own moment. The decisions of the unseen realm are active now. A record with your name grows, noting faith, quiet endurance, and choice. For such qualities, additional support is dispatched so that you can bear forthcoming responsibility well. The next chapter carries weight. You asked for more, and more demands maturity, resilience, and readiness. Pressure was permitted not to crush, but to release influence. You are not solely a receiver of goodness. You are becoming a conduit. Messengers arrange your route so that influence reaches those ahead too. Soon you will notice ideas arriving that carry a resonance beyond usual thought. Write them, guard them, act on them. They are gifts for the season opening before you. My messengers organize timing and meetings you could never schedule. Treat small introductions with care. They often lead to wide rivers ahead. I am also sending messengers to ease your weariness. Remember, even the Anointed One, after time in the desert, received such care. You too will be refreshed. I will not allow exhaustion to erase your spark. Your inner fire will rise again, steadier and more resilient than before once more. I am not altering a single chapter. I am shaping your entire legacy. Some battles you fought were never just about you. They protect those who come after. Breakthrough in your life loosens chains around others. This is not the closing scene, it is the unveiling. My brightness will seep through previously hidden cracks. Walk ahead with courage. My angels travel with you, and my spirit flows through your words and actions each new day. Stand with quiet strength, surrounded by support you cannot count. Hope once more. I am not finished. The unseen realm has already turned toward you, and visible change will follow. Wait with expectation. My care remains steady, and the world around you will soon reflect the movements now begun here. The course ahead may still feel steep, but I supply steady guidance with every step. When uncertainty tugs, recall this message. When clarity spoke quietly into your mind. What I begin, I complete. Each stage of the path appears when heart and moment meet in balanced readiness for you. Do not measure progress only by visible shifts. Quiet adjustments inside you count equally. Confidence, patience, and insight are markers the outside world cannot chart yet. Celebrate them. My work is thorough, touching motives, thoughts, and choices. True change always starts within before echoing through surroundings felt by others later. When fatigue whispers that nothing moves, remember I seldom rest. I attend to threads you cannot see, arranging events to join at precise moments. Your responsibility is to stay available, receptive, and honest. Let each sunrise be greeted with openness rather than strategy, trust rather than tension or defense alone. At times you will recall former seasons with mixed feelings. Do not think of them as wasted. I used every one to shape resilience and compassion that theory alone cannot teach. Gratitude for the journey guards you from regret and prepares you to help others when they cross similar stretches as well. Be mindful of language. Speak from hope, not fear. Words set atmosphere, and atmosphere influences choices. When doubt rises, counter it with straightforward truth. I am present, I am faithful, and this story is unfinished. Consistent, simple affirmations steady the mind better than elaborate declarations you do not believe today. Keep company with people who anchor you rather than unsettle you. Some relationships will adjust as you change. Release them graciously. Others will deepen. Invest time there. Trust my guidance in these shifts. Community built on respect and honesty will prove essential as new opportunities and challenges arrive for you. Maintain rhythms that nourish your spirit. Do not underestimate rest. A rested heart discerns more clearly than a restless one. Pace yourself so that momentum can be sustained rather than burned in a burst of activity. Hold plans loosely. Strategy has value, yet flexibility allows guidance to redirect you swiftly. When a door closes, resist the urge to push. Step back and watch for another opening. Each closure communicates just as much as each invitation. Listening saves strength that would be spent forcing outcomes into place. Expect good, prepare for effort. Favor does not cancel labor, it gives labor meaning. Meet each task with integrity. Whether an audience watches or not, work as though every action carries weight, because it does. Consistent integrity converts small assignments into foundations strong enough to bear greater responsibility later for you. Guard your thoughts during quiet hours. Night can amplify worry. Instead of rehearsing fears, revisit the promises spoken tonight. Let them revolve gently in your mind until sleep comes. Morning will meet you with fresh perspective, and you will realize how often courage grows overnight without fanfare or loud noise. Avoid comparing your path to others. Each journey answers different questions. What seems swift for one may not suit another. Celebrate progress you observe in peers without dismissing your own. Mutual encouragement creates an environment where everyone advances, and envy finds no soil to root. Freedom flourishes in gratitude shared. Stay curious. Ask me honest questions. I welcome them. Curiosity keeps the heart soft and the mind agile. Answers may come through insights, conversations, or quiet understanding. Trust that none of your inquiries inconvenience me. Dialogue deepens relationship, and relationship is the setting where direction becomes most clear for you. Practice gratitude deliberately. Acknowledging small gifts trains vision to spot larger ones. Gratitude turns attention from scarcity toward provision and possibility. Show gratitude for the things that went well each day. Such reflection strengthens hope. and hope fuels perseverance through unpredictable terrain on the way ahead. Remember, I value honesty over performance. Bring your joy, frustration, and confusion without editing. Authentic dialogue beats rehearsed speeches. When emotions surge, speak them. I can handle intensity. Honesty invites comfort, guidance, or correction precisely suited to the moment, fostering growth no polished presentation could achieve for your heart today. As opportunities expand, resist the temptation to rush ahead of peace. Pace protects vision. Move forward when inner assurance aligns with outer timing. If doubt clouds peace, wait. Waiting in wisdom produces better outcomes than charging forward in anxiety. Trust that pauses are strategic, not punitive for your long-term good. Celebrate milestones but do not idolize them. The journey continues past each landmark. Satisfaction is healthy, complacency is not. Mark achievements with gratitude, then realign focus toward the ongoing path. Growth thrives when celebration and forward vision walk together, fueling enthusiasm without stalling the movement toward what comes next always. So, child, breathe deeply now. Tonight's words will settle into your heart over time. Return to them whenever uncertainty knocks. I remain constant, my guidance steady, my compassion unfailing. Walk onward with quiet confidence. I am not speaking of rare wonders, but of plain gifts already woven into your everyday life. The warmth still felt after a long, honest talk. The comfort of sharing bread with people you love. The quiet sight of morning light pushing color across the sky. These are enough. Notice them. Let your attention rest on how they steady your breathing and lift your thoughts. When you see their worth, you will realize I have been nearby all along. No trumpet announces these moments. Their power lies in their quiet honesty. Simple occasions like these hold a sturdy kind of joy. They whisper that I provide what you need and steady what you fear. Treat them as reminders, not ornaments. When gratitude moves from polite words into clear vision, doors inside you swing open. Through those doors, more calm, strength, and perspective can enter. Do not rush past thankfulness. Let it settle. Let it color your outlook. Let it guide how you speak. A short thank you carried in your eyes carries further than a paragraph recited by memory. Such honesty trains you to recognize good even on heavy days. Gratitude changes the ground on which your future will stand. When you let it shine through your posture and tone, it signals trust more clearly than polished arguments. One genuine smile can reach places long speeches miss, because it comes from awareness rather than display. Keep that brightness uncaged. Do not hide it behind complex language. Simplicity has weight. Remember, what grows inside you eventually shapes what stands around you. Let thanks flow without self-conscious caution. Watch how wide it can spread. Every sincere acknowledgement lays one more solid stone under your feet. Over time, these stones form ground able to bear deeper insight and larger responsibility. Value every favor, visible or hidden. A quiet word that lifts a burden, a gentle gesture that eases worry, a listening ear when silence felt heavy. None of these is small. I place them like steady lanterns along your path. Today another light rests in your hands, steady and sure. It is not fragile. It will last through rough seasons and bright ones alike. Keep that gift near. Let it guide each step and color each decision. When morning arrives, let your life itself speak gratitude louder than any banner. Meet others with the same kindness that has met you. Remember that generosity is not measured by size but by sincerity. Offer time, presence, or encouragement without keeping score. You will find that giving and receiving blend into one movement, each strengthening the other. Small actions travel further than you may realize, touching stories you will never hear. And remember, even when solitude surrounds you, you remain held within my awareness. Your life sends quiet ripples through places you cannot map. Sometimes they reach someone adrift in doubt, steadying them for one more step. You may never link that calm moment to your gesture, yet the link exists. Trust that unseen good accumulates. Days lengthen and shorten, shadows shift, bright light gives way to gentle dusk. Through every change I remain present, watching, guiding, supplying what will keep your feet steady. My voice does not fade into distance. It sounds in your conscience, patient and clear. My promises do not buckle under pressure. Trust this steadiness. Let it calm any thought that questions your worth or future. Even roaring storms cannot shake what I have spoken. Hold to that certainty when noise around you tries to drown it. Know this constancy will not fade with age. I stand firm, unmoved by the hardest wind. You belong to me, and no force can rewrite that fact. I have known you since the first breath, and my regard for you has not dimmed. Absorb these words. Let them steady your nerves and lift your posture. Walk close, and I will continue to open surprising views. Keep this assurance at hand as you face unknown turns. Let it anchor you when surrounding voices grow loud. When doubts surface, return to this simple truth. My commitment outlasts every season. Keep moving in gratitude, courage, and trust. By doing so, you take part in something that stretches beyond your own lifetime. Even now, you can sense a steady warmth inside your chest, widening through your being. It is not ordinary emotion. It is the quiet drive I place within you, brighter than any surrounding dark. It powers your resolve and sparks new dreams. Because you lean on me, I am ready to act in ways you may not yet imagine. Expect movement. I have taken note of the quiet cries that never reach your lips, the longing for a steady refuge untouched by constant turmoil. You wish for peace that cannot be breached by sudden storms. Know that I recognize this desire. I encourage you to picture calm space within, even while the world outside shifts. That picture is not escape. It is a reminder that stability can live at the center of a moving life. Let this hope settle into your thoughts and guide your reactions. A mind rooted in peace responds rather than panics, speaks rather than shouts, and waits rather than quits. Do not allow fear to spread its roots through your thinking. Challenges may gather like heavy clouds, but they hold no final power against what I have declared. Let confidence, not dread, take the first seat in your mind. Notice how a single sure promise can outshine a morning sky filled with gray. When tension mounts, repeat what you know is true and watch worry lose its grip. This practice is not denial, it is healthy focus, choosing which voice becomes the guide. Stay with it. The routine struggles you meet each day cannot erode the deep joy woven through your life. Harsh winds may whistle, yet they cannot topple the strong trunk of trust that stands inside you. This joy has been tested and proven, gaining strength with each pressure. When waves hit, remember previous moments when steadiness held. Those memories are not mere nostalgia. They are evidence that durability lives in you. Keep them near like markers along a trail. Let them remind you that inner strength grows under challenge. Your confidence draws from truths that do not shift. Unexpected turns may shake what felt safe, but they cannot strip away the calm and steadiness already placed within you. You are not brittle, tossed about by every gust. Stand with shoulders back and eyes clear, knowing your worth is secure. Even when plans change, possibilities remain. Remember that flexibility is not weakness. It is a sign of maturity born from trust. The same unwavering truth that steadies you also makes you adaptable. Hold that balance. You stand taller today. Experience has stretched your view and strengthened your mind. My words have breathed life into stale corners of thought, showing that purpose is not confined by shifting feelings. You are free to choose your response and rise above surrounding noise. Take ownership of that freedom. Let it direct how you act when chaos presses in. Calm choices, made in trust, carve clear paths through confusion. Others will notice the steadiness, and some will find courage to do the same. Keep walking. I am gifting you steady self-control. Forces that once pushed you around now lose their grip. Errors may sting, yet they no longer name you. Missteps cannot cancel the route I have laid out. Imperfections whisper doubt, but they no longer dictate the story. Your confidence rests not on fragile effort, but on firm promise. If you stumble, I will help you stand each time. If you falter many times, my patience remains. Let this assurance quiet perfectionism and invite resilient progress. Move forward. Think back. When you lost direction, unaware of my care, I still sought you out with steady grace. If I acted then, why would I hold back now when your heart turns to me openly? I am ready to comfort swollen grief and absorb silent tears with presence. I meet sorrow not with grand spectacle, but with quiet nearness that eases weight over time. Trust that kindness to continue. Let your emotions surface. You do not weaken by revealing them. I will not step away when honesty shows. I understand the ache of regret and the bruises left by harsh experience. My compassion surrounds those places with steady acceptance. I stay close as you move forward, even when threats, visible or hidden, attempt to unsettle you. I recognize your quiet courage, and it moves me. Still, I urge you to rediscover your own worth. Let go of comparisons and lingering shame. See yourself through the lens of enduring commitment, not momentary failure. Each day offers space to learn, adjust, and continue. Claim it. You belong to me. Your value does not depend on shifting opinions. You move among people who sometimes dim their own light and may try to dim yours as well. If you chase their approval, they may ask you to copy their fears and shrink your vision. Delay too long in that atmosphere and bitterness can grow. In time, you might wonder why your path feels crowded with thorns. Remember, my love runs deeper than any ocean and wider than the open sky. I invite you to let that love flood dry corners of your heart with fresh life. You stand at a crossroads shaped by two directions: hope that opens forward, or regret that circles inward. The second road drifts through a dim valley where frustration wraps tight around the soul. The decision before you is clear. Will you hold to the vivid truth revealed to you, or will you linger among damp shadows chosen by others? Will you step toward the vision I have sketched for you, or bend to small demands that sap your strength? Will you spend energy pleasing voices that wound, or will you honor the one who placed purpose in your heart with care? Let my love light the way so others can also find direction. Speak this encouragement freely so we can spread steadiness and hope together. Listen carefully. I formed the universe and still shaped you with detailed joy. Before clocks began, I knew your name. I set healthy desires within you, each time to grow at the right season. I draw you close so you may know me not as distant power, but as constant guide. Walk in that nearness, and you will share in lasting victory. This invitation is unmistakable, its promise sure as dawn. Rest here, and let confidence rise. If you trust these words and align your choices with a wider perspective, a season of deeper purpose will unfold. I offer a continual home for hope to take root and for trust to bloom in bright color. Here, security is not tied to circumstance but to relationship. In this place, courage grows quietly yet powerfully, shaping every upcoming decision. Accept this space. It is yours. Live from it. Share its peace. Here, compassion replaces judgment, and purpose clarifies like morning air after rain. Yet I speak honestly. This journey asks you to trust what is still unseen, and to wait for promises that feel distant. Patience is not a burden, but a refining fire that shapes good character. Dreams planted in faith need time. Their roots strengthen quietly before growth shows. The surrounding culture shouts for immediate gain and sudden reward. I call you to resist that noise and stay steady. Endurance is not inactivity, it is active belief. Hold course. Look around and you will notice some whose pride clouds their view. They demand that events bend to their will and gifts arrive without gratitude. In their hurry, they overlook gentle lessons and crush fragile hearts. They refuse humble acknowledgement and speak harshly about those who differ. My support cannot rest on presumption. It rests where sincerity lives. Humility is not a mask, but an honest posture admitting dependence and opening space for true growth. Choose that posture. Choose humility daily, not as occasional ceremony, but as steady habit woven through your day when no one watches. Such consistency invites wisdom to settle and stay close by. Those who disregard humility harm others with sharp words, stepping over vulnerability. Arrogance leaves little room for genuine connection, and where such pride dominates, my voice finds no welcome. Praise worn as disguise hides insecurity rather than resolves it. Authentic humility, however, springs from recognizing that lasting impact cannot be achieved alone. It chooses listening over boasting and service over applause. From that soil, genuine wisdom rises. Stay grounded. When you practice such grounded humility, you create space where others feel safe to grow. And in that shared safety, new possibilities appear. I notice the honesty inside you, and it pleases me. Step ahead with courage and conviction. Let my words guide, my care strengthen, and my promise keep you steady. The world may rage, yet you remain secure in my hands. The future prepared for you glows with hope. Each faithful step carries you nearer. Hold this perspective when uncertainty rises, and you will move with quiet assurance. Keep trusting. Every step in trust shapes tomorrow. Let anticipation, not anxiety, mark your journey. Joy waits along the path. You are never alone. I see the subtle tremors of your heart, the weight of your questions, and the courage it takes to come to me without pretense. You kneel rather than demand. You have learned that true power resides in kindness that shines steadily without arrogance. You understand that mercy flows deeper than performance, and endurance lasts longer than applause. This awareness pleases me. Carry it forward. When you stumble, remember this understanding and stand again with humility. Your growth matters more than a flawless record. Continue. I remain present. I know you will miss the mark at times. You are a fragile being, shaped from earth and breath. Your steps may waver, your sight may blur, your strength may ebb under pressure. Yet something within you has shifted. You are beginning to see differently, think freshly, sense a hope that outlasts fleeting pleasure. You have tasted my care, and its sweetness lingers. Hold on to that flavor whenever discouragement whispers. Let it remind you progress is happening. Growth often moves quietly before it becomes visible. Trust the process. Keep walking with awareness. You have felt how forgiveness softens chains of shame and loosens knots of doubt. Your worth is not tied to applause, trophies, or titles. It is not decided by those unable to see the radiance woven inside you. Your value rests in my unshakable devotion. Let this truth settle deeper than any criticism. Stand from it, speak from it, act from it. No circumstance can cut this bond. Remember it when success arrives and when it seems far away. The foundation remains equal in both. Let stability guide your choices. I designed a path for you that is meaningful, not always easy. It winds through uncertain valleys and climbs ridges where the air feels thin, yet every stretch holds purpose. The route will test resolve, polish character, and draw you closer to my promises. I do not expect you to walk it in isolation. I walk with you, offering courage when fear appears and lifting you when you stumble. Keep moving until you stand in the full outcome prepared for you. The summit awaits. Trust each marker along the ascent. I have not asked you to journey alone. My voice whispers courage, my presence steadies your footing. I invite you to pass this encouragement to others who need calm. Do not hold back from this calling. I want those you care about, friends, neighbors, family, to discover the same refuge. Picture them breathing easily, heavy worries lifting, minds quiet under steady protection. Your choice echoes further than you see. One step toward kindness lights a trail for many. When they notice your steady peace and lasting joy, they will wonder how it is formed. Through your life, they will glimpse the invitation I extend to them as well. Remember, each decision you make carries influence you cannot fully measure. Quiet strength in your eyes, calm in your voice, and genuine joy in your actions spark curiosity in observers. They will see guidance shaping your journey and hardships turning into stories of redemption. Let these stories speak louder than arguments. People learn by example. Your life can show them what steady trust looks like. They may then choose to explore the same path. Be patient while curiosity grows. Transformation often starts in silence before it surfaces in action. Your life becomes a window through which others glimpse real hope. Stand at this intersection and choose wisely. Will you step fully into my embrace, learn the gentle rhythm of my ways, and shape your days by lasting priorities? Will you release temporary demands and cling to promises that endure? Will you allow me to nurture your trust until it matures into abundant life? The invitation stands, awaiting your answer. I will not force your hand, but I will remain ready, eager to lead whenever you decide to follow. I know your inner landscape. Beneath swirling fears and tugging uncertainties, a fire longs for a life marked by faith, humility, and gratitude. I see it, and I am prepared to fan that flame until it lights the way ahead. My arms are open, my words ring true, and my plans carry lasting weight. I am the unchanging creator who spoke galaxies into being and carved rivers through mountains with a whisper. I remain present, patient, and attentive as you grow. Step into this constant care without hesitation today. I have arranged this time so you can hear my call as clearly as first light. I have aligned events so you might recognize my heart and trust my promises. What will you choose? Will you take my hand and enter the life prepared for you, or will you yield to voices that neither understand nor celebrate the hope within you? The decision sits before you. Remember, opportunity rarely arrives with loud fanfare. It often comes softly, waiting for a willing heart to say yes and step forward. The choice remains yours, yet know this: my love surpasses every measure you know. I long to pour out goodness so generous that your heart can scarcely contain it. I am opening wide the windows of opportunity, releasing a flow of kindness that will leave you amazed. You will not merely glimpse provision, you will live within it. Stay ready to receive, keep a thankful posture, and watch unexpected blessings emerge in ordinary moments. Let gratitude guard your outlook, and you will recognize each gift as it quietly enters your day. Amen.